Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. You might have noticed that I'm not Ethan, and you'd be correct in that observation. I'm actually Alid, who you might recognize from playing against me at Hart, or you might recognize me as being the partner of Ethan. Um, I am going to be doing the stream today instead of Ethan for a change, just because today's the election. We're going to give Ethan a chance to focus on that. My job is to try to make sure that we still win despite Ethan being completely distracted by the election today. A little bit about me. For my bridge bio, I guess I started playing competitive bridge when I was around 16. Around that time, we started playing all over the world for Canadian junior teams. We played in Thailand, we played in Beijing, we played in Poland, Philadelphia, Shanghai. A lot of those tournaments were played with Ethan, but some of them were not. During those tournaments, near the end in 2012, I played with a guy named Jeff Sang, and that's around the time when I started playing a type of relay precision that we've been developing ever since 2012. I no longer play with Jeff, but I've been continuing to hone our system with Ethan, having lots of discussion. Around 2012, though, kind of my bridge career, you could say, got derailed by life. I started medical school, got very busy, had a lot less time to play bridge, got married, had a couple of kids. You may have been able to hear one of those kids in the background. I've got a toddler as well as a 5-month-old. But despite all of that, we've maintained our bridge. We play at least once a week over the last many years. We discuss a lot of the hands that we play. And we started this stream around the time that the pandemic started, primarily as a teaching tool that was geared towards Hard House players to try to take them through our analysis of the hands, how we go about solving bridge problems. But we've realized, actually, that I have, in listening to Ethan's stream after the games, we've actually found that that's a great partnership tool as well. Usually what I do is I watch his stream after the game in double speed, and I listen to some of his thought process that he goes through, and I text him when I've kind of disagreed with his thought process or felt as though we weren't on the same page. I'm hoping that by me doing the stream today instead of him, vice versa will be true. He'll listen to the stream and we'll be able to get some discussion that way. Who knows, maybe if I like it, I'll do the stream again. For the time being, though, next week it'll probably still be Ethan doing the stream. We have had some requests to actually do a joint stream where I stream our game in combination with Ethan to try to see where the differences in our thought processes are during the hands. Today, though, we're going to be playing against Hard House as usual on Tuesday. Last game, we had a 76% game, which is the best score that we've had all year. It was a far and away victory, and we hope to repeat that today. We're not going to be changing anything about our system. We're just going to play the cards. We're going to try to make no mistakes and go from there. So here we go. Hand one. Let's see. Who are we playing against? We're playing against Margot and Henri. I've been dealt a pretty boring-looking 13 count. In third seat, if this comes to me, this is going to be a 1-no trump opening, 10-14. We play a weak no trump, which we feel as though that's actually been one of the biggest winners in our system. Every time we seem to open a weak no trump, we seem to get a good score. So we're playing it in most seats these days. So Ethan's opened a weak 2 here, and my call is going to be whether or not I raise to game here. So although game may not be making, I think the field here is going to be in 4 spades, holding 10 trumps. I can see a lot of lies of the cards where we're actually taking 10 tricks here. So I'm going to bump this up to 4 spades, and we'll let Ethan try to make this contract. This also puts some pressure on 4th seat as well, in case 4th seat was planning on having a call over 2 spades. 4 spades here is actually a pretty wide-ranging bid. I could be pretty weak or I could be strong, so the opponents aren't going to know whether to double me or to sit. So we'll see what they do. All right, so we'll hand it over to Ethan to play this one. He's got to take 10 tricks in spades. Can everybody hear me okay? How's the audio and the visual? Okay. So this is not going to make. Ethan's opened a pretty garbage two spades bid here with 5 spades rather than 6 and a kind of boring 5-3-3-2 shape. So we're going to lose at least 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, maybe a heart ruff. So it's going to be down at least 1, maybe 2, depending on whether or not we lose a club as well. Ethan's best strategy here is going to be to draw trumps as fast as possible, set up the hearts for a club pitch. Hopefully the opponents don't find their heart ruff before that happens, but it looks like they're well en route to finding their heart ruff. Here we go, moment of truth. Okay, so there's the heart ruff. So we're down, it looks like 2. That's unfortunate, well defended by the opponents. Now, as to whether the opponents have anything on these cards, they certainly have a diamond part score. They're going to make 2 diamonds, possibly 3 diamonds on this lie of the cards. So that's going to be plus 110 for them if they were able to find their diamond part score. But chances are most people are going to be competing in spades on these cards. Most people will not be competing up to 4 spades. I would imagine most people are going to compete to 3 spades. They're going to be down 1 or maybe even making. So this is going to be a poor score. No results have come in yet. We played that hand pretty fast, so let's move on to the next one and forget about that one. We do occasionally open preempts with good 5-card suits. Normally our agreement is that when we do something like that, we normally have a bit of shape rather than 5-3-3-2, so that was a bit unusual. My decision here is whether to overcall on a pretty boring 8 count or pass. I think in this scenario I'm going to pass to start with, just because I'm red on white. I don't want to be penalized for 100 or 200 at the 2 level if partner raises me. So we'll wait to see what partner does and then go from there. All right, so what we've got here is a competitive decision. Me coming in 2 hearts here actually has the implicit agreement that I must also have spade tolerance. I wouldn't make a free 2 heart bid here, rather if I only had hearts. If I only had hearts, I would have come in as a preempt over 1 club. So 2 hearts here must be this kind of hand that was too weak to pass, or too weak to bid over 1 club, has a little bit of spade tolerance. So partner can always correct back to 1 spade. So my job here is done. I push the opponents up to the 3 level. I can happily pass at this stage and let partner make the final call. A little bit of a slow pass by West there. We'll see if partner comes in. So this is clearly a penalty double in this circumstance. I'm happy to pass, but I'm going to do so in tempo rather than passing too quickly. And I'm going to have the opening lead decision. So it looks fairly clear from my perspective to lead a spade. Leading away from my ace of hearts could very well cost a trick. Leading away from my diamond queen, especially when West has bid diamonds, is liable to lose a trick as well. The real question is, do I lead a trump or not? I see no rush to lead a trump. In fact, if I lead a spade, I may very well be getting a club ruff myself. So I'm going to start with a spade. And it looks like my decision was pretty good here. There's no reason to get rid of dummy's trumps. Dummy really has no ruffing value here. So I think I've gotten off to the best start leading a spade, and we'll see what partner comes up with. If partner has ace queen of spades, 5th, I may be getting a 3rd round spade ruff. That in combination with the ace of hearts is 4 tricks. We'll only need 1 more to set this contract. So let's see where this goes. Okay, so that's concerning. Partner's played the 7. The 7 by our agreement is encouraging. My club here is a suit preference card. I like hearts much better than diamonds. Can I afford to play the 10? Maybe not. So I'm going to play the 4 rather than the 10. Hopefully partner gets the message that I want a heart back. To partner, though, the 4 looks like a rather low club spot, so he may not be able to read this correctly, and it looks like he was not able to read it correctly. Spade came back. Partner didn't know if I had a spade singleton or doubleton. So if partner has nothing in spades, he's got to have something. He's shown up with the ace of clubs. He's started with 5 spades, probably to the 10. He's probably also got a card in diamonds, I would think, probably the ace, which means that diamonds are a frozen suit. I need to be wary of a potential end play here. Okay, so partner's gotten in with the club, and his decision now is going to be, does he give me a club ruff or does he shift to a heart? He can now see that I've played the 4 followed by the 3 of clubs, and that must be asking for one of the higher suits, either a spade or a heart. It's going to be up to him to decide whether to give me a spade ruff or play a heart. Personally, I'd rather a heart at this stage, because if he plays a spade, Declare is going to throw a heart, and it's going to end up being a net no gain for our side. A diamond, okay, that was not what I wanted to see. The 5 of diamonds, though, is a attitude shift, which looks like a rather low spot, suggesting a higher diamond. So partner, as I expected, likely has the ace of diamonds. Why he's shifting away from his ace of diamonds is anybody's guess. He probably also has the king of hearts and was afraid to shift from the king of hearts. Hopefully he also holds the 10 of diamonds. Okay, so Declarer has shown up with 2 spades. From the look of this diamond, it looks like he's got 1 or 2 diamonds. He started with very likely 7 clubs, 7 or 6 clubs. Okay, so partner did not have the ace of diamonds. So Declarer's shape could be 7-2-2. If that's the case, though, Declarer would have been playing another club immediately at this stage. So Declarer could have 6 clubs, 2 spades, 2 diamonds, and 3. Okay, so here's the other club. We're going to find out the club count at this stage. Okay, so Declarer had 6 clubs. 6 clubs, 2 spades. It looks like 2 diamonds, which leaves him with 3 hearts. So we may very well be getting 3 heart tricks. Declarer's plan is going to be to try to get to dummy to score that jack of spades, but it's not going to work. Okay, is there any reason to fly queen at this stage? If Declarer, like I expect, has 3 hearts, then that actually leaves partner with only 1 stiff heart, the stiff king of hearts. And if I fly ace, that stiff king of hearts is going to drop, and Declarer is going to make this. So I have to duck. There's the king of hearts. Probably a diamond is coming back. There's the diamond. Declarer is going to ruff. Oh, Declarer has another diamond. I wonder what that jack of diamonds was all about on the first card. Looks like a poorly chosen false card. Okay, so that leaves Declarer with 1 remaining heart, and that one's mine, so down 1. There we go, down 1, good double by partner. All right, next hand. So I've been dealt a boring 10 count. Luckily, we open boring 10 counts. In this position, we open 1-no trump 10 to 12. So I'm just going to alert that. Okay, let's see what the opponents are doing on board 1. Probably this is going to be a bad score. And as I expected, most people are in 3 spades, down only 1 on these cards. We're a level too high. On the next one, though, I imagine this is going to be quite the good score. And it is tied for top. So we kind of had a draw on the first 2 boards. The first one was a near top for the opponents. The second was a near top for us. So let's see if we can take this last hand. Okay, so they've left me in 1-no trump. So I have to take 7 tricks. Let's see what the opponent's carding is. I always like to do that before I play a card. Okay, so they don't have a card filled out, but they probably announced what they play. So let's look there. I don't see them announcing anything. Maybe they have something written in their card. Let's see. Nothing there. And nothing there. Okay. I'm going to assume that they play standard carding. The 3 of hearts could be from 5, could be from 4. Let's take stock of how many tricks we have here. So off the top, we only have 1 trick, the ace of diamonds, which means we've got some work to do. The best source of tricks looks like it's going to be spades. If I can knock out the ace of spades, that's 3 spade tricks, followed by the ace of diamonds is 4. Where are my other 3 tricks coming from? Looks like diamonds are going to be the best option, playing the ace of diamonds and then low to the 10. So that's going to be my plan. Is there any reason to fly queen here? Well, would West have led low from ace-king? Possibly. It cannot lose to play the queen here, so I'm going to play the queen in case West did lead low from the ace-king. All right, and I'm going to watch the spots. So here comes the 5. So it looks like West led a 4th best heart from the king. There may end up being a heart blockage here if East holds the jack. We'll find that out fairly soon. Okay, here we go. So now the decision is what to pitch from dummy. I think I can afford to pitch a club. Okay, here's the jack, so let's see if the hearts are blocked. My guess is they are blocked. Okay, so hearts are blocked. East has to think of what to shift to. East's best shift is likely a club at this stage. Okay, but he chose a spade. So I'm going to play my top spade, concealing the queen and the jack. Here comes the king of hearts. So that's 5 tricks for the opponents. And now the decision is going to be what do the opponents shift to. So presumably they play standard carding. That 5 of clubs, unclear at this stage what that's from. I have to be worried a little bit now about my entry situation. So what's happened here is now that the opponents have played 2 rounds of spades, to enjoy my diamonds, I'm going to have to forge an entry to my hand. However, if I don't play this jack of hearts now, my 10 of spades might get stranded. I have a funny feeling that the opponents are going to keep playing spades if I play a diamond to the ace and then duck a diamond. Okay. So if I unblock, I'm going to unblock the jack of spades. This is going to force the opponents to shift to clubs after they get in with a diamond. Okay, so I'm going to play a low diamond to the ace, play low, watch the tempo of the opponents, and then determine whether to insert the 10 or the queen. Okay, the 9 of diamonds is a very interesting card. So let's play the 7 of diamonds and see what East does. Okay, so East has smoothly played low. So that 9 of diamonds could be from king 9, it could be from jack 9. So it's very critical that I get this decision right. What has West shown up with so far? West has shown up with the king of hearts. Not much else. I'm going to play West for the king of diamonds and play the 8. Okay, so there's the king of diamonds, which means that East is holding a bunch of diamonds to the jack small. So as expected, the opponents have to break clubs now. My clubs are going to get blocked. Oh, okay, so that makes things easy. Now I can claim I have 2 good diamonds and the club for down 1. If they had played a club, I may have been down 1 more. In fact, I would have been down 1 more had East made the astute switch of a club at the end. All right, so that round did not go so well. We scored a 35% in that round. The reason is because on that last hand, everybody is passing out. Interesting. That is one of the downsides that you have when opening a weak no trump. If you open a flat 10-point hand, there will be rare scenarios where at other tables it's going to go pass, 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 pass. And if you're down, that's a bottom board for you. So you end up swinging a lot of boards. The reason we continue to do this is on balance, we feel as though the weak no trump nets us more match points than we lose, although it is a swingy sort of bid. Usually the strategy is when you're playing a bridge game, if you feel as though you are one of the better pairs, you don't want to swing too many boards and you want to try to be with the field. We're going against that philosophy here, mostly because we feel as though the one no trump bid is fun. Okay, so this is a strong one club. It's artificial. Here I have a balanced game forcing hand, which I'm going to bid one spade here and alert that. So it's game forcing, balanced, or 4-4-4-1, over which partner is going to relay out my shape. Our goal here is going to be to keep playing steady, forget about that last round, and we'll slowly pick up our score. Okay, here we go. So partner's continuing to relay. 2 diamonds shows 4 hearts, and it also denies 4 spades. My next bid, when partner continues to relay, is going to be 2 spades, showing 4 diamonds. Okay, he's going to keep relaying out my exact shape at this stage. After he bids 2 no trump, 3 clubs is going to be my bid, showing that I'm specifically 2-4-4-3 shape. Oh, hey Doug. How are you doing? Hey Kaz. Thanks for tuning in. How's Toronto, Casper? This is another thing that we do differently from the majority of bridge players is we play a relay precision type system where almost none of our bids here are natural and all means something other than what we're actually bidding. It can be a bit confusing for the opponents, especially if they don't like asking what bids mean. All right, so here we go. He's further asking my shape. 3 clubs shows that I'm specifically 2-4-4-3 shape. So partner knows my exact hand. He does not yet know the upper limit of my strength, and he's asking me for that now. 3 diamonds is asking me how many controls I have. I've got 2 controls, a king being 1 control and an ace being 2. So I'm going to show that I have 0 or 2 controls. So partner now knows I probably have a fairly minimum positive response with this exact shape. He may decide to immediately sign off at this stage, or he can keep scanning where my high cards are. Let's see what he does here. Usually he's going to sign off now unless he's quite strong. Okay, so 3 no trump is a sign-off bid. I'm happy to pass 3-no. 3-no looks like a great spot from my perspective, and we'll hand the keys over to Ethan to take this one and make as many tricks as he can. We're up against some pretty good opponents here. We're up against Robert and Alan, who are one of the stronger pairs at the club. I've got a lot of cards here that should be working for 3 no trump. In addition to having 8 high card points, I also have 3 10s and a 9, which should be a working card. I wonder today whether or not Ethan's going to feel as though he can play better when not having to worry about streaming. It's definitely a different experience having to explain your thoughts while actually playing. So here's Ethan's hand. He's got quite the rock crusher here. He's got 7 solid diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of spades, and the queen of hearts. So we've got 7 top diamond tricks, 2 top clubs, and the ace for 10 top tricks. Unfortunately, the opponents have gotten off to the killing lead, which means we're not going to be able to set up our hearts without them running spades. Ethan's plan here is going to be to quickly run the diamonds before the opponents figure out what's going on so that they make some fatal pitches. And sometimes that can be a good strategy as declarer, is if you know what's going on a hand faster than the opponents, it can be worthwhile to play quickly so that they make fatal discards. As defenders, one of the strategies against that is you should never feel pressured to play at the same tempo as the declarer. It's always better to play at your own pace and play in tempo. Don't let declarer fool you into making mistakes by playing fast. So the opponents are pitching some clubs and hearts. It looks like East has the idea to hold on to his top spade and throw away everything else. So what Ethan might want to try to do now is see if he can pick up the location of the queen of clubs so that he can take a club hook. He knows that probably a lot of other people are going to be in 3-no trump, so the goal is going to be to take more tricks than them. Okay, so he's decided that the queen of clubs is with East, and now he knows that for sure because West has shown out. So he did indeed cause a fatal discard to be made by West. West threw away the club that gave away the position in the club suit. So that's going to be one extra trick that Ethan's making compared to the field. So that should be a very good score. And indeed it is quite a good score, although some people were able to find 6 diamonds. 6 diamonds is a pretty good contract. It has a lot of play unless there is a heart ruff. All right, whether Ethan should have continued, he made a decision that 3-no trump would probably be taking most of the match points on that hand, and that's reasonable. So over 1 heart, my decision is going to be to bid or not to bid. I've got 5 points, and playing a precision system, I know that Ethan has a maximum of 15 high card points. There's no need to stick my neck out and bid again with a limited hand in Ethan's hand. Oh, thanks, Doug. Bryn is around. You might be able to hear her actually yelling in the background. I'm able to play bridge once a week because luckily my mother-in-law is able to come and babysit so that I can play today with Ethan. I'd be playing every day of the week if I could, but I can't. All right, so Ethan's come back in with 2 hearts, and there's been a competitive 2-spade bid. There's really no need for me to bid on red on white here. I'll let Ethan make the last call. He knows that I'm fairly weak. I don't need to make a call here. So the opponents are muddling their way toward 4 spades. Let's see what happens here. If they bid 4 spades, my decision is going to be whether I double or not. Here, pass is clear. Just looking at my hand here, I've got a couple of broken minor suits headed by the king and queen. As a rule of thumb, any time against a suit contract you underlead an ace, king, or a queen, you're giving up on average about half a trick each time you do that. So you have to have a pretty good reason to underlead one of those to overcome that half trick disadvantage. Here it seems clear to lead a heart, which has 2 purposes. 1, it may set up some honors in partner's hand, and 2, it may give me a ruff. Okay, so it looks like I've gotten off to a pretty good start here with a heart lead. Partner likely has the king of hearts for his bid. He certainly has 6 or more hearts. We may have 1 heart trick coming here. That's about as much as I can hope for. If Ethan has 6 hearts, declarer has 2 hearts, we're probably setting up our king of hearts here. Ethan's card here is a suit preference card. A middle spot is encouraging, a low spot is low suit preference, and a high spot is high suit preference. So the 6 of hearts here, by our agreement, is encouraging. As expected, partner does have the king of hearts. An example of a situation where you might want to underlead is a scenario where the opponents have a likely running suit where they're going to get rid of losers. So if dummy has shown a very solid suit with the bidding that you know they're going to be able to take tricks with, you need to make an aggressive lead to take your tricks before they discard all of their losers. So partner has seen me play low-high here. The reason I've done that is I'm hoping that he shifts to a club, which he's done, so that it sets up my queen 10. Now declarer is going to play his ace of clubs, and next time partner gets in, he's going to play another club through, and hopefully I'll score both my queen and 10 of clubs before he can pitch it on the queen of hearts. Now it's too late for East to set up his queen of hearts. Even if East has the jack of hearts at this stage, it's too late because partner's going to get in with the king of hearts. He's going to shift back to a club, and I'm going to take 2 club tricks. Partner likely leading the king from King Doubleton. If that's the case, then Declarer likely started with 4 clubs. Okay, so here comes the 2 of diamonds. My card here is upside down count, so I'm going to play the 8, showing I have 5 diamonds. Ethan doesn't know if I have 5 or 3. So it looks like East is trying to duck into North, which is a very odd play. He does not want North on lead here because North can play a club through, which he's done. So I don't want to play another club because East likely has the jack small of clubs at this stage. The question is, does partner have another spade? And I don't think so. If partner did have another spade, East would have certainly played another spade. So there's no reason here to play a club. I think most logically the best play at this stage is a heart. Partner may very well have the king jack of hearts and needs a heart through right away. So here's the jack. Declarer might ruff. So if Declarer ruffs, that means that the Declarer started with 5 spades, 1 heart, 4 clubs, and 3 diamonds. Okay, so Declarer is pitching, which means he's got 1 diamond left. So we're going to get this down 1 because Declarer still has a club to lose. Declarer can struggle all he wants, but there's no getting out of his club loser. So this is going to be likely down 1. Here comes the spade. Declarer is trying to get me to pitch my club winners away. It's not going to happen. So here's a club which is going to get ridden around to my queen. Declarer still has the jack of clubs to win, so this is game over at this stage. I'll play my king of diamonds. It doesn't matter. It's down 1. So good on Ethan for pushing them into a contract that was not making. That should be a good score, and indeed it is. So a couple of good boards to start this round. So I've got a 17 count here. This is a strong club opening. We'll see if partner has a positive response here. Oh, thanks, Casper. This is the first time I've had to explain my thought process while playing, so it's a little bit unusual. Hopefully I won't get distracted. So partner has a positive, balanced response. I may as well shape him out and see what he's got. So this is an artificial asking bid. Okay, so partner's got 4 spades for me opposite my 5. That's pretty interesting. Is there any reason to keep relaying? Well, yes, there is. If partner is very strong, I want to know his exact shape before I sign off. Okay, so partner's showing 4 spades. He's denying 4 hearts. So 2-no here would be a side 4-card club suit. Let's find out what he's got here. So he's 4-4 in the black suits. Let's find out what his red suit holdings are. After finding out his exact shape, I'll likely make a sign-off bid in 4 spades. Well, yeah, I'm glad I could kind of provide my side of the story too. It's been fun though listening to Ethan for these past several weeks. Hopefully he gets a little bit out of these streams too. Okay, so partner, he's 4-4-3-2. So he's got 4 spades, 4 clubs, he's got 3 hearts and 2 diamonds. So this is a hand that may actually play best in 3-0. If he's got 4 clubs though, he may very well have 2 roughs in my hand, which may cause spades to take 1 extra trick. Furthermore, he's got 2 diamonds, which means that there may very well be a diamond ruff in his hand. All things considered, if there's 2 club ruffs in my hand or 1 diamond ruff in his hand, spades is going to be playing better than 3-no trump will. I think it's reasonable to sign off in 4 spades. Partner can kick and bid on if he's got quite the hand. But I've got a very weak hand. I don't want to be bidding anything else. We'll see how spades does and whether or not this plays better than 3-no. I think based on his shape, it should. Okay, so there's 1 club ruff, and indeed there is 1 diamond ruff, so it looks like this should play better than 3-no trump. So I think I guessed right here. But we will see. We've got 1 heart loser off the top, we've got 1 diamond loser off the top, and certainly 1 spade. We may have a second spade. If the spade honors are split, then we're only going to lose 1 trump trick, which means this contract is going to be making. If both the queen and the king of spades are offside, Ethan may be going down in this contract. So it's really going to come down to the club suit here. We'll see how Ethan plays it. The percentage way to play this suit is first to play low to the 10 and see what happens. Playing low to the 10 is going to pick up king-queen third onside. It's going to lose when there is king-queen tight offside. You'd be much better off if that lie of the cards is present to cash your ace of spades. So we'll see what Ethan decides to do. There's also the risk now of a heart ruff. So you have to determine what that initial heart lead was from. If I'm not mistaken, East led the 9 of hearts, which could, East led a top heart, which could very well have been from shortness. So Ethan has to be wary if this spade loses, he may get a heart through in a ruff. Luckily, West has not played a heart through, so Ethan's off the hook. He's now going to have to decide whether to play a low spade to the 9. An astute West would have played the king from king-queen to try to goad Ethan into taking a second round finesse. Okay, so it's game over now. So Ethan's picked up the spade suit, which means he's got the rest of the tricks. He's got 1 diamond ruff, which is his 10th trick. So nicely played by Ethan. Let's see if there was a heart ruff. Oh, it looks like there was a heart ruff that the opponents missed. But they weren't able to score it because the short hearts was in the wrong hand. So there you go. Let's see if anyone was in 3-no. Nobody's in 3-no on the 5-4 fit, which is not surprising. Most people don't venture into the 3-no realm on 5-4 major suit fits. Does 3-no make? Well, we've got 3 top clubs, a diamond, 2 hearts, so that's 5, and then we probably don't make it if they lead a diamond. So 4 spades was a good contract. So we picked up our score after that round. Let's move on to the next one. So I've got a 17 count, flat hand. This is a 1 club opener again. The way we decide whether or not to open 1 club or open a standard diamond is when we're 4-3-3 shape, we need at least 17 to open a strong club. If we have any shape at all, we'll open 1 club with a 16 count. Okay, so this auction looks familiar. So Ethan's got another positive response. He's either balanced or he's 4-4-1. So Casper, you're saying, what are you looking for a slam opposite your hand? So opposite my hand, I had an absolute minimum, so there's really no reason for me to be looking for slam. Partner would have to have considerable extras to go on. So this is artificial and asking. Again, I want to shape partner out because in case partner has 4 spades here and some shape, I may want to play in spades. If partner does not hold 4 spades here, I'm probably just going to be signing off in 3-no. In general, I have a pretty low threshold to look for slam in these positive auctions because one of the advantages of precision is the increased room that you have. With a hand like this, we've already established a game force and we're still at the 1 level, which gives us a big leg up over the competition. So we're going to be able to have a lot more space to search for slams safely. So if I have the space, I'm going to look for slam. When we start running out of space, though, I'm going to sign off. Okay, so partner is 4-4 in the minor suits, which makes 3-0 really the most likely contract. Do I want to give any information away to the opponents by relaying again? Well, the advantage to relaying again is if partner has a bomb and wants to bid on after I sign off, it'll be helpful to know his shape, especially if he's 1-4-4-4 or 4-1-4-4. If I sign off immediately in 3-0 trump now, it conceals his major suit lengths from the opponents. Does that matter though? Probably not. I may as well, I think, on balance relay and see what his shape is. Opponents aren't going to care much if he's 3-2 or 2-3 in the majors. It's not going to change the defense very much, especially because my hand is going to be concealed. Okay, so partner's 3-2 in the majors, so he's got 3 spades and 2 hearts. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do something called a weak relay. So this is a special bid that we have in our system that saves a little bit of room. So rather than asking him about his controls here, I'm going to bid 3 spades, which tells partner, bid 3-0 trump if you're minimum, bid on if you're not. Okay, so this is I'm going to alert it as a strength ask. Ethan's going to bid 3-0 with a min, and we're going to play there if that's the case, or he's going to bid above 3-0 trump if he's got an extra hand for me. So let's see what he does. Okay, 3-0 trump says that he has a minimum hand. I'm perfectly fine to play here in 3-0 trump opposite a 3-2-4-4 shaped partner. The best lead for the opponents is going to be a heart, so let's see if they find the heart lead. The auction, though, has described Ethan's hand as having heart shortness, so it may get the opponents off to a good heart lead. We'll see. If they don't lead a heart, I can take... Oh, okay, so they did not lead a heart. They led a club. So this club, the 3 of clubs could be from 5. It could be from 4. Let's take stock. So how many tricks do we have off the top? We've got 2 heart tricks, 2 club tricks, and really that's it. That's 4. Where are we going to get 9 tricks from? Well, 3 extra tricks are likely to come from spades. We could get 1 extra trick from hearts if the queen of hearts is onside, and diamonds looks to be a potentially frozen suit, one which I would rather the opponents play themselves. Let's see what happens if I play low from dummy. We may be able to pick up an extra club as well. Okay, so that's interesting. So East has played low, which means that West has led low from Queen Jack of clubs, giving me a trick here. So I'm going to play the 10 rather than the 7 to try to avoid blocking this suit. Okay, so that's now an extra trick for me. It makes sense at this stage to try to play on spades immediately to set up 3 spade tricks. So that's what I'm going to do, and we'll see what the opponents shift to. Hopefully they shift to diamonds, and that'll avoid me having to break them from my hand in case the ace is offside. Okay, opponent smoothly ducking their ace of spades. Let's see what they do on the jack of spades. Okay, another duck. So now is there any reason to shift? Well, playing on spades is going to set up 1 spade trick. Playing on diamonds could very well cost me a trick. There's no need to shift to diamonds. There's no rush to play anything else. I'm going to exit a spade and see what happens. Okay, so East started with 4 spades, and West with 2. West probably started with 5 clubs, 2 spades. Okay, so here we go. So a club is coming back. Now the question is, do I play the ace or do I play low? Playing low may very well block the spade suit. The 2 of clubs kind of reveals the club position. We now know that West started with 4 clubs rather than 5. So West right now has Queen Jack small of clubs. There's no reason to play low here. I'm going to do it this way. That way I unblock the clubs in case there's a club that gets pitched. Okay, so West now has Queen Jack tight of clubs. There's no reason not to cash my king of spades at this stage. Let's see what the opponent's carding is. That 4 of hearts discard from West. Let's see what that means. Okay, so they play, it doesn't say, they have no card. So it's unknown exactly what they play. Alright, so presumably they play standard or they have no agreements. So let's pitch a diamond from board. West has pitched a couple of hearts, suggesting that West does not hold the Queen of Hearts. So why don't we take a heart hook now? The other option would have been to exit a club. Actually, you know what? Why don't I do that? Why don't I just put West in with a club and see what West shifts to? That probably makes the most sense. If I do that, though, I'm going to lose the option of taking a heart hook later if they exit a diamond. I'm going to be stuck in my hand. Okay, it does guarantee the contract if I do that. Actually, I can always put him back in with a club later. That's what I'll do. I'm just going to play a low heart to the jack. If he wins, it's no big deal. I can put him in later. Okay, so that's useful. So let's unblock this ace of hearts. Then we're going to end play West. This should be a nice tidy ending here. So we're going to end play West with the jack of clubs, and I'm going to end up scoring a diamond. I don't think they've held on to enough hearts to take both of these tricks here. Okay, so East had the ace of diamonds. So he did hold on to a heart. So it would have been better had I played low to the ace. Still a good score. Could have taken one more trick had I played it slightly differently. I went for the diamond end play, but playing low to the king would have worked in the end. So in the end position here, if West held ace small of diamonds rather than queen small of diamonds, my line works better. But in the end, having queen small of diamonds instead of ace small would have been better to play low to the king. Oh well, still a good score. No regrets on that one. Okay, so the opponents have played up to three diamonds at this stage. Unclear exactly whether 3 diamonds is invitational or weak. Not sure if they know either. Can't hurt to ask. Let's find out what this 3 diamonds bid is. Sometimes people play this as weak and don't alert it. It's not going to matter much. Ethan's on lead and is going to find out what the dummy shows. My routine every Tuesday night with bridge is I start off with a coffee, drink my coffee until about board 12. Then at board 12, I get a beer and I drink my beer. I may or may not have a second beer depending on how well we're doing, so we'll see. Support for diamonds 10 plus points. So they've intended this as an invitational bid, and it looks as though West has intended that as an invitational bid and has accepted the invitation. My hand's pretty garbage for defense. It looks like they're likely going to make this unless partner has some stuff. Okay, so partner's led the 3 of spades. Against suit contracts, we lead third and low. So this looks to be, could be low from an odd number, or it could be third best from a 4-card suit that is bottomed out by the 2 of spades. We'll find that out fairly soon, depending on what West plays. A smart declarer here would conceal the 2 of spades if he held it, to preserve the illusion of what the count is in the suit. Does this exclude a king or queen? No, it does not. So Ethan and I, after doing a lot of reading on the best leads and suit contracts, we do lead less from kings and queens, but it doesn't mean that we never lead them. So Ethan's led 3. We now know, after seeing the 2, that this is from an odd number. So he's probably led low, it looks like, from 3. If he had 5, would declare have played low? Maybe, if they had the queen small. So it still could be from 3. Now the question is, what do I shift to? It looks like either the club or the diamond could be correct here. I see no reason to rush into breaking the heart suit, so I'm going to play a club. Okay, so that's a good start. Declare very well may have the ace of clubs, so I have to pay attention as to where the 8 of clubs is here. If Declarer also has the 8 of clubs, there's a finessable position in the club suit. Okay, so here I'm going to play my standard remainder count. With 2, I play the top, the 8. Okay, so Declarer played low from probably jack small, which means partner likely led last from 5 to the queen, which is what I'm going to play him for here. This is a suit preference card. What do I want partner to play? I do not want him shifting to hearts under any circumstances, so I'm going to play low. I don't want him to misinterpret a high diamond spot to mean shift to hearts. Oh, okay. So partner's out of diamonds, which means that Declarer started with 6 diamonds and 2 spades. So that leaves 5 cards in the rounded suits. The distribution of those at this stage are unknown. Okay, so partner's ditching all of his useless spades at this stage. He knows what's up as well. He knows that this is all going to come down to the play of the rounded suits. I really hope I didn't blow a trick by shifting to that jack of clubs. Now Declarer knows where the 10 of clubs is most likely and may hook the 8 of clubs if they're paying attention. Okay, so that 4 of hearts is a count card. It looks like an even card, which means partner probably started with 4 hearts. So if partner started with 4 hearts, that leaves Declarer with 2 hearts. Okay, so Declarer likely has no heart losers. So I can start ditching some hearts here. It's all going to come down to the club suit. And Declarer has pinned my 10, which means I did give away a club trick. Hopefully partner didn't have the 8. I'm fairly certain he didn't, otherwise Declarer would not have led the 9 from board. Oh my goodness, Declarer actually did lead the 9 from 9 empty. Wow, Declarer got me on that one. I should have covered the 9. Unbelievable. Still a good score because everyone else is in 3-no trump, but had I covered that 9 of clubs, Declarer wouldn't have been able to make a Chinese finesse. That's a brilliant play, playing the 9 from board. I wonder if Declarer knew what he was doing on that play. Amazing. Okay, so partner has opened 1-no, which is 10-12. So I've got a 17 count. I'm going to look for a major suit fit before I blast the game here. In retrospect, there's really no reason to not cover that 9 of clubs other than to hope that Declarer does not pull the finesse off. Okay, so here we've got at least 27 high card points. There's no need to be in anything other than 3-no trump. I'm not going to give the opponents any more information, and I'm just going to blast the 3-no. Okay, so let's hope partner can take as many tricks as he can here and make up for my error on the last board. So you can see here that in the end position, when Declarer pulls out that 9 of clubs from nowhere from the board, I just have to cover because partner is holding the 8. All right, so let's have a look. Partner's got a bare minimum for his bid, 10 high card points. And he's interestingly playing hearts at trick 2, which is the suit that the opponents led. So it looks like this queen is going to hold, which means he's got 2 heart tricks, 4 clubs, that's 6, 3 diamonds, that's 9. So he's made his contract. He's now searching for over tricks. Probably what he's going to do is he's going to run his clubs now and hope for some fatal pitches from the opponents. East may have started with 5 hearts and maybe will pitch some of her heart winners away. Okay, so the Jack of Diamonds is outstanding, which means the 9 of Diamonds is a threat. Partner's going to cash these top 3 spades, see what the opponents pitch, and exit with the Queen of Spades. East smartly ditching all of her spades. Ethan's got plenty of time to play this. There's really nothing much to this hand. Okay, so there's the Ace of Hearts. So Hearts split 4-3, it looks like, and Mary Lou has the last heart and probably a top spade or diamond winner. So making 9 tricks, that should be a fine score. There's a couple of outliers that probably had missed defenses to take 10 tricks. Overall, we'll take that. Board 8 could have been a much better score. I could have saved a couple of match points by covering that 9 of clubs. The goal will be to make up for that mistake later in the match. But we are still sitting pretty. The goal is to always keep yourself within striking distance of a victory. Here at this club, anytime that you get in the high 50s to low 60s, you've got a pretty good chance of winning. Lately, the winning score has been kind of in the low 60s, 61, 62%, and we've been in that range almost each time we've played. The last 4 games that we've played now, we've won twice, and we've had 2 second-place finishes. But we always hope to win every night, so that's always the goal. If you don't win, you want to at least be able to hang your head high and say that you played as well as you can, so that's why making that mistake on board 8 really hurts. Okay, so our score continues to climb. We're up to 54%, still making up for that last round, but we've got a couple of good opponents here in Eric and Ilad, who are also some of the better players at the club. So we're going to have to buckle down and play well here. So here we go. I've got some garbage. I'm going to pass in second seat smoothly, and we'll see what happens in third and fourth. So it looks like Ethan probably has the remainder of the strength here, given West is bidding 3 diamonds. I really have not much to say over 3 hearts. I know that partner's going to double in bid with a massive hand, so he's limited to about 17 high card points here. I can smoothly pass. 3 hearts may even be down if Ethan has the wrong hand. Oh my goodness, so Ethan's got about an 18 count, which is a little bit better than I expected his upper range to be. We'll have to talk about this one after. He may have been worried that had he doubled, I would have blasted to 4 spades. That's probably why he elected to be conservative with 3 hearts. Me having a couple of queens and a couple of jacks, I don't see the need for me to bump 3 hearts to 4 hearts, but this very well might make 4. We will see. So partner's likely going to lose a heart. He's not losing a spade now, it looks like, not losing a diamond. So as long as he can hold the club suit to 2 or fewer losers, he's going to make 4. He's off to a fairly good start here. He wants the opponents to break clubs for him rather than needing to hook the clubs on his own and make a guess. If he does have to make a guess, most of the time the ace of clubs is going to be in the east hand, with West being weak. Although it's important to note that West has made a weak call in third seat with a passed partner. So he could have a fairly wide range. He may not necessarily be super weak and may even hold the ace and queen of clubs for all we know. So Ethan wants to get a bit more information before testing the club suit. He may very well cash a heart, cash a spade, and then see what happens from there. He's also worried about the entries. He only has 1 ticket to dummy, so he's got to make a decision right now. West has smoothly ducked. Hopefully both the ace and queen are offside. That would make our conservative action more likely to have panned out. So it looks like the queen's offside, so he's going to be taking 10 tricks. I wonder if the opponents may have had a club ruff that they didn't find. We'll see. But this may not end up being a good score if other people found a 4-heart contract here. Not many people are going to be bidding with my hand, though, so it's possible that they would not have. It looks like there was a club ruff that was missed, so 3 hearts was the spot. So here we go. I've got an 11-point hand, 5 hearts. This is an easy 1-heart call. I'm just going to remind the opponents that we're playing limited openings, although this isn't alertable. Ethan's 2 hearts is totally to play and has no invitational interest. Here, a double by me would be a 2-card double. I don't really have a call in this stage. I could bid 3 clubs, or I could bid 2 no, and then followed by 3 clubs, but I think I'm going to pass here. We'll see what partner does. Partner may raise to 3 hearts, or he may make a 2-card double. If he makes a 2-card double, that means the opponents are in a pretty big fit, and I definitely need to compete. Okay, so partner's chosen the conservative action. He may very well have 4 or 5 spades on this auction, so it's probably a good thing that we didn't compete. Now, leading away from the ace of clubs, as I've discussed earlier, is in the long run not going to pan out. Similarly, leading from the king, queen of diamonds also is possible to lose a trick if the jack is with east. So I'm going to lead a passive 10 of hearts. So one of the reasons here why leading the king may cost a trick is if you look at the diamond position here, it's possible that east has ace third of diamonds with dummy holding jack fourth. If I led the king of diamonds, that would lose to the ace in east, and the jack of diamonds would grow up. Preserving this, I may get 2 diamond tricks. So partner's played the 3 of hearts here, which is low suit preference. So he likes a minor suit rather than hearts. He's now playing the 5 of spades. This is another suit preference signal. We do play a lot of suit preference here, which helps a lot in the long run. Probably east is holding the king of hearts based on this auction. Okay, so I'm going to be under pressure fairly soon as to what to pitch. I know that partner likely has a card, either the ace of diamonds or the king of clubs, but I don't know which one yet. So I'm going to stall. I'm going to stall, and I'm going to give him my. I'm going to give him an odd even heart. So the 2 of hearts here actually asks for a lower ranking suit, probably a club. It's unclear exactly whether I should have asked for a diamond or a club. Maybe a diamond would have been better, and I should have played the 8 of hearts. But if partner does not have the ace of diamonds, it might be better to just let east play the diamonds himself. So at this stage, east is just finding out the bad news about the spade break. I can't afford to pitch any more hearts because after I get thrown in with a minor suit, I'm going to need an exit, and a heart is going to be my safe exit. So here we go, smooth 4 of diamonds from partner, which is an even number. So I'm going to play the king here, which is a deceptive king. I don't want east knowing that the queen of diamonds is also offside, because I want him to go back to dummy, burning an entry and playing another diamond. So I'm going to smoothly exit with the jack of hearts here. And I'm going to keep my 9 of hearts as another exit when I get in with a club or a diamond. So east started with 3 hearts. He probably started with 4 diamonds if Ethan has 2. Okay, so it's good I didn't lead a diamond because leading a diamond would have blown a trick here. Okay, so Ethan has started with, let's see, so 2 diamonds. Okay, so Declarer started with 4 diamonds. He started with 3 hearts. Is there any reason to exit a club? Probably not. So I'm just going to exit a heart here. Ethan likely has the king of clubs though, because he played low suit preference earlier. He may have nothing though and just had no better thing to pitch. So East has a good diamond. He's going to play that now, forcing Ethan to ruff, and then Ethan's going to either draw trump now or play a club through. Okay, so there's the king of clubs that we expected. There's the ace of spades, and then who's got the last trump? The last top trump. So East did. So unclear whether or not that's going to be a good one. I'm not sure we could have done anything better on the defense, and according to the double dummy, we did about as well as we could. Was there a stage here where I could have made a better play? Let's see. So when I got in with my king of diamonds, was there anything I could do? No. So there's not much that we could have done on that one. It looks like it's going to be about an average score. So partner's doubling one spade, which is a takeout double. I've got a pretty easy 2-heart call if East says nothing. No reason to leave this double in for penalties. They very well might be making one spade. Had we competed to 3 hearts, according to double dummy, that should be down 2. So it might have been better to compete if they weren't going to double us. But you never know; they may have doubled us. So here I'm going to pass. I kind of want to defend 3 spades rather than sticking my neck out with 3 hearts. They also are liable to get into accidents in this sort of scenario. So they're not really sure what's going on here. Eric thinks this is a relay. Elad thinks this is a weak 4 spade bid. So they may be not on the same page here in this scenario. So let's just let them muddle their way through this and see if they can find the right spot despite not being on the same page. That's usually a good idea when you can do that. Okay, so happy to defend 3 spades here. So Ethan's led the ace of diamonds, which asks for attitude. He's probably leading this from ace-king. What do I want from partner? Is there any reason to encourage diamonds here? Well, if I encourage diamonds, partner's likely to play the king of diamonds, setting up the queen. So I'm going to discourage and play the 9. I don't want him playing the king of diamonds when it might be sitting on top of the queen in West. So now he's got to decide what to shift to. Does he cash his king of diamonds? He is cashing his king of diamonds. So I'm going to play my 6 now, which is clarifying the position for him. He knows I probably have 3 terrible diamonds. And he knows now that West likely has the queen of diamonds. He knows also that there's no diamond ruff, because I would have encouraged had there been a diamond ruff. So here, although normally I'm going to encourage, I know that this next heart is going to get ruffed by West, because partner's liable to have 4 hearts, and West having 1 heart. So this is going to get roughed, but that's not the end of the world if the heart gets roughed. So I'm just going to win this heart, let it get roughed. Okay, so low from dummy. Okay, so do I play low here? If I play low, I get burned if partner doubled with only a 3-card heart suit. If I play the king, this could cost because he could set up his hearts. Would partner have doubled with a 3-card heart suit to the queen? Maybe. I think because that's a possibility, I have to play the king, even if it's likely to get ruffed. Now, at least Declarer has to play hearts from dummy and potentially concede a heart to the queen. So he's finding out the bad news now. That means Declarer started with 5 spades. So I've got really nothing to say here. I'm going to play the 3. So partner now is playing, is ruffing, hoping to ruff out the queen of hearts, but no dice on that front. Partner's West has ruffed twice, which means that West holds 3 spades left in hand. Partner has an even number of clubs. So I think it's best at this stage to win my king and clear the spade suit. If I play small, he wins the queen, and then he cross trumps the rest of the tricks. So I have to win my king playing another spade. to cut down on roughs here. And now, okay, so he had the king of clubs as well. I'm going to get this trick, play a heart, and then it's going to end up down 2. So this should be fine here. It was defended quite well. I expect this to be a fine score. Right now it's in the middle. It'll probably end up being near the top at the end. It looks like because Ethan was void in the spade suit that we can make 3 hearts, which means that 3 spades ended up being a bit of a part score sacrifice here. I think that's fine though. I'm happy to be in 3 spades down 2 when a lot of the other pairs are going to be in 3 spades taking more tricks. According to Double Dummy, it should be down 1, so we took an extra trick here. Definitely, had they gotten to 4 spades, I would have considered a penalty double here, but in 3 spades, when it seemed based on their auction that they were not on the same page, I was happy just to sit. They may very well have missed a game based on that auction for all I knew. Okay, so it is halfway through the tournament, which means I'm going to get a beer. I'll be back. All right, everyone, what did I miss? Nothing? All right, that's good news. So far, just looking at these scores here, it's been a fairly solid game for us, despite our score being kind of mediocre here. Really, the only clear error tonight by me and Ethan was my failure to recognize the Chinese finesse coming on board 8. For those of you who don't know what a Chinese finesse is, it's basically a fake finesse. The prototypical example is a position like queen small opposite ace small. Declarer leads the queen from queen small into the closed hand, pretending that he's taking a finesse, whereas there was really no finesse to begin with, and all direct seed has to do is cover the queen with the king. That happened in a more concealed way here on board 8, where it was a position of ace small opposite 9 small when I had the 10. So it was an analogous position, but only with the 9 opposite the ace. Very embarrassing when you fall prey to a Chinese finesse. Otherwise, aside from that, our worst board of the night was actually not an error at all, but really a system swing. And sometimes when you open these weak no trumps, you have a swing where you get a 0. Sometimes you get a swing where you get a 100%. On balance, we tend to do well on these boards, so I'm not too upset about that one. You win some, you lose some on that. The key at this club is just to play steady throughout the whole night, and if you do that and you make very few errors, you're likely to win. So that's our goal here. Aside from that, let's see, any other interesting ones here? Board one, I'll have to have a chat with Ethan about this one at the end of the night. His two spades is a little bit outside the realm of what we typically will call a two spade opener in first seed. It might be a two spade opener in third seed white, but in first seed white, it's a little bit of an aggressive call. My four spades also is not clear, even opposite a solid two spade bid. Okay, here we go. So halfway through the night, we're playing just a little bit above average, which is not where we want to be at all. At this stage, we really want to be far and away ahead, highly above 60%. So we've got some catching up to do. So let's see if we can do that. Maybe if I start drinking now, I'll start playing better. Okay, so partners opened a two club opener. In standard systems, this is the big hand. In our system, this is just 10 to 15 with 6+ clubs. I've got a hand that could definitely see game if partner has a good hand. I've got an 11 count with three club card trump support. So what I'm going to do is make an invite. Okay, so this is an invitational club bid. It also serves as a bit of a preemptive bid to shut out the major suits from the opponents. Partner's going to bid 3 clubs with trash, and he's going to bid something else without trash. If he bids anything other than 3 clubs, I'm happy to bid 3 no. If he does bid 3 clubs, then I have to frown and pass. I'm happy to be in 3 clubs here. We very well may have kept the opponents out of a major suit part score, so this could score quite well. I'm a little bit worried about bidding 3 no here anyway, because I've got a bit of a wide open heart suit, and partner's liable to have shortness in hearts as well, given he's got a 6-card club suit. So here I'm going to pass smoothly. If you choose to make the invite, you can't unilaterally bid 3 no here. You have to trust partner. So let's let him take as many tricks as he can in clubs and hope the opponents missed a major suit part score. So partner's got a 12 count. It's lucky that we were not in 3 no trump because we're off at least the top 5 heart tricks, maybe the top 6 heart tricks. In 5 clubs, we're off a top heart, we are off a top diamond, and probably a club. So 5 clubs isn't making either, which means that 3 clubs is the perfect spot to be in on these cards. So this should be a very good score, and as anticipated, the opponents have missed a heart part score. They've got a 10-card heart fit, and we're unable to untangle that after we quickly got up to the 3 level here. And that's one of the advantages of bidding 2 clubs with a long club suit. So it looks like they missed a diamond ruff. Had West risen with the ace of diamonds on trick 1 and returned a diamond, he would have given his partner a club ruff, a diamond ruff, but now it's too late for that. So they're not getting their ruff anymore. So had they scored that ruff, it would have been making 10 tricks. Because they failed to do so, Ethan's making 11, and that should be an excellent score. Unless the opponents, for whatever reason, end up being down a bunch in hearts. We'll see after the scores come in. But it looks like in hearts, they're off 4 top tricks. So if the opponents get to game in hearts, they're likely to be down 1, which is still worse than our 150 score. So this should be good. So here some people might make a preemptive club call. I'm not going to, because our preemptive club call here is actually not clubs at all. Had I jumped to 3 clubs, that would have shown a 2-suited hand with spades and clubs, and I don't have that, so I can't justify 3-club bid. Partner's competing the 2 spades. I don't have much of a call over 2 spades. Seems like a pretty reasonable spot given my hand, so I'm going to pass smoothly if it comes around to me. Over 3 hearts, I don't have a great call either. I can't really bid 3 spades with this. I don't really have a double. I'm just going to pass and see what happens. Maybe partner will compete to 3 spades. Okay, partner did not choose to compete. So what do we know here? We know that West probably has a diamond suit that may or may not be running. East has lengthened hearts and partner has spades. Is there any reason to lead anything other than a spade? Not really. Leading a club likely isn't going to do anything. The only way that leading a club could gain is if partner has a stiff club or a singleton club. Even if he does have a stiff club, I'm probably never getting in again to give him a ruff. So it's better just to lead his suit with a spade. Maybe if I'm lucky, East is going to attempt a double finesse in hearts, and I might score one of my hearts. Okay, so that's a good start. Partner winning the ace. He's got to decide now what to shift to. It's unclear at this stage whether my 9 of spades, from Ethan's perspective, was a stiff or a doubleton. I would have led a doubleton or I would have led a stiff here. So he's going to find out now that my 9 was from a doubleton. That's going to clarify the position for him. I don't know yet whether partner started with 5 spades or 6 spades. His 8 of spades, though, should be a standard remainder count card. It looks to me like a high-ish spot, but it's a little bit unclear. I don't think I've seen the 6 of spades yet, unless I missed that one. So the 8 of spades could have been a low spot. I'm going to throw the Queen of Hearts here. Maybe East will take a hook. No dice. East was not fooled. So Ethan played low-high in hearts, which suggests a lower ranking suit, maybe clubs. So given that partner likely has a club card, probably the king or the ace, do I want to encourage clubs? Well, if partner has the ace of clubs, I don't really want him shifting away from it. But if he has the king of clubs, I do want him to shift. I think, on balance, encouraging clubs is reasonable here. He's probably just going to exit with a passive spade. Okay. So I've already encouraged clubs, and I don't have the king of clubs like partner was hoping. So probably best now to discourage, to tell him I don't have the card that he needs. Oh, but he had both the ace and king of clubs. Look at that. All right. Well, I'm going to play standard remainder count now. Ethan's just passively playing clubs and waiting for Declarer to break the diamond suit. We'll see if Declarer has a diamond to lose. This hand is kind of over from my perspective. Declarer is going to play a bunch of diamonds, hoping to, let's see. Okay, so he's going to lose a diamond, it looks like. He's got the jack of diamonds left. That one's mine. This contract is down 1. That's always good when you're getting part scores down 1. Usually, whenever you're playing a match point game, getting plus scores is going to end up doing well for you. So here I've got a 13 count with 6 spades. This is a pretty easy 1 spade bid. Not good enough for an upgrade to a 1 club bid by any means. So far this 3 hearts down 1 is actually not a good score because somebody had a disaster east-west and got to 3-0, which blows up. Okay, so over 2 hearts and a passed hand by partner, I've got a pretty good suit. I've got an easy balance to 2 spades. If anybody watching disagrees with anything I'm saying or has any comments about some of the play or the bidding, feel free to type it in the chat box. I'm happy to discuss, love to discuss these things, so fire away if anything comes up that you see. All right, so we're in 2 spades. Partner's got a hand with low trumps, but does have some useful cards. That king of hearts is likely to be useful. The ace of clubs is definitely useful. I've got 3 heart losers. I've got probably 2 diamond losers, and probably a spade or 2. So what I have to do here is I have to see if I can get to that ace of clubs. I also would like to ruff a heart in dummy if the opponents let me. So I think it's pretty clear at this stage to play a heart up to the king. It's always good practice as declarer not to always play your lowest spot when you're playing up to the king to conceal the count from the opponent. So I'm going to play the 5 up to the king. If the opponents are playing count on this, the 5 of hearts may confuse their count. Okay, so this is good. It looks as though the opponents are letting me get rid of this heart. It's very possible that West started with 6 hearts, and this heart might get over-ruffed. So rather than roughing this heart, it's probably better to play the ace of clubs, pitching a heart. The ace of clubs, though, could also get roughed by West if he let a singleton jack of clubs. And that's very possible because of the smooth shift of the heart rather than playing another club back. So the question is, do I take a spade hook or do I play the ace of clubs? There's really no reason to take a spade hook. I'm not getting back to this ace of clubs, so I may as well cash it now and hope that I can pitch this heart away. Okay, so that's one hurdle dodged. Now that I've gotten rid of this heart, the question is, do I take a spade hook or a diamond hook? The diamond ace is probably with West, given he didn't shift to a diamond. Taking a spade hook, even if it wins, is unlikely to really produce a trick. Playing a diamond, though, now suffers the disadvantage of potentially giving up a diamond ruff. So I think, on balance, it's better to let the opponents break diamonds for me. Will they do that? Maybe, maybe not. But playing low to the king doesn't seem like it can gain right now. So I'm going to play a low spade to the queen and hope that the opponents break diamonds for me. Okay, so the hearts were split 5-3. Let's hope the spades are splitting 3-3. Where's that 10 of spades? Let's see. So that's not good news, because now when I exit a spade, at some stage, East is likely to play a diamond through me, and West is likely to hold the ace. Still, I think the best bet here is to just exit a spade and let them break diamonds for me. It's possible that they'll tangle the diamonds up themselves. So here I think I have to ruff. If I don't ruff, East is just going to play another club. I have to ruff, and unfortunately, I have to play the 10 of diamonds, hoping that West makes a mistake. West did not make a mistake. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. That was not an expected trick to win. So I ended up end playing East, despite thinking the ace was in the other hand. So that was a bit of good fortune there. So 2 spades ended up being a pretty good spot in the end, although some people are beating that score by setting the opponents 3 and 3 hearts. They were smart not to compete to 3 hearts and let us play in 2 spades. Overall, though, I think 2 spades should end up being fairly good, unless the opponents are all going down 3 and 3 hearts. Yeah, and 3 hearts is going down 3 all day because of the roughs. Well, at least we got a plus score there and weren't in 3 spades down 1. So at one stage when I was in with the ace of clubs, I think the critical decision on board 15 was whether or not to play a low diamond up to the king. As it turns out, playing a low diamond up to the king probably does no better, because East can fly ace, play a diamond, and then give his partner a ruff in the end. But this ended up working fine either way. Playing a low diamond, if they misdefended, may also work. Thanks, Longview. So looking at our scores so far, we've got a lot of plus scores. So we've only got 4 minus scores so far in a 15-board match, and usually that's a good sign in a match point game when you're getting a lot of plus scores. Despite doing that, though, for some reason, we're still kind of in the average category here. How does this round position us? Well, board 13, I expect it to be quite a good score. Let's see if it is. And it is. It's pretty close to a top board. So board 13 should move us up. Let's see about board 14, where we set them 1 and 3 hearts. That one also is a slightly average plus board. That should move us up. Board 15 ends up being a bit unlucky that the opponents didn't compete to 3 hearts. Not much that we can do better there, other than maybe goad the opponents more into bidding 3 hearts, but it sounds like they weren't too keen on doing that. East and West here are a pretty good pair, so I'm not surprised that they stayed out of the 3 heart trap. Usually, white on red, opponents are more likely to compete to the 3 level, even only on an 8 card fit. So that's probably why all of this happened here. Kind of bad luck that the field is competing there. Aside from that, though, not too many things to be upset about tonight. Sometimes you have a game like this, and you score 70%, which is what happened last Tuesday. Sometimes you have a game like this, and you're sitting around average. But that's how it goes. What happened board 11 here? Okay, so board 11, we let them make two spades. Was there anything we could have done better there? Not really. Board 11, they just threaded the needle and bid the perfect contract here. Oh, that's not good. Ethan's lost connectivity. Maybe it's because he's now watching the election. So going forward, Ethan's probably going to be very distracted watching the election. So I'm going to have to compensate for that and be on my toes. That's why I'm drinking a beer. It's good to see a lot of people still tuned into the stream despite having an exciting election going on. What's going on in Florida right now? You guys are going to have to give me live updates. Doug, are you watching the election? Oh, he's trying to play on his phone? Ethan's internet died, probably because he's watching the election while playing bridge. Okay, so we're inching up, but we're not inching up fast enough. At this trajectory, we may not win. So we really have to swing some boards, get some good scores in these last nine hands or so. So let's see if we can do that. We're up against the director and his partner, also a very good pair. Ethan's saying I have to post the announcement. So let's see here. So I'm going to copy this and let the opponents know what we're playing. Okay, so Ethan's opening a heart. We have a nice gadget to try to get us to the perfect spot here, which is a game-forcing 2 club bid. I'm not going to use it because I have a 4-card spade suit. So I'm just going to start with a measly 1 spade and see how things go from there, showing my 4-card spade suit. If partner responds 1 no, then I can game force with a 2 diamond call. Okay, so he's bid 2 diamonds, showing at least 5-4 in the reds. With that information, I think I can pretty quickly bid 3 no. In fact, 3 no is a great call for a number of reasons. One is that it conceals this massive club suit. And in bidding 3 no, I'm likely to get a club lead. So I'm just going to bid 3 no quickly and then go from there. I don't need to hear anything else from partner. He's limited. I want to be in 3 no all day. Hopefully I can vacuum up this club lead that's coming. What I don't want to see is a diamond lead. There's the club. Okay. So poor Mike is completely unaware that I have this giant club suit based on this auction. So let's make them pay for that. So based on the lead here, I've got 3 clubs. I've got a spade, that's 4. I've got 2 diamonds, that's 6, and a heart, that's 7. So I need 2 extra tricks to make this contract. Where are they coming from? So they may actually come from clubs. If I fly 9 here, I'll probably be able to figure out where the queen of clubs is. There's no reason to fly 9 of clubs, though. Kevin's going to play the queen if he has it, and he doesn't have it. So I'm going to play the jack. The 3 of clubs is probably from 4, but it may also be from 3, actually. On this auction, he would have led a club from 3, potentially. I could cash the ace of clubs and see what's going on in the club suit, or I could conceal that position. I think it's probably better to conceal that position, actually, and play a heart. I can always play these clubs later, but if clubs are splitting 4-1, then in order to set up one club, I need to duck a club now for fear of a spade shift. However, playing a heart also sets up a trick, so I think playing a heart is probably better. I'm going to lead the jack of hearts and see what happens here. Kevin, if he has a club, is likely to play another club back. Let's see if he plays a club or a spade. Ah, so he's fallen into a second club trap here. So that's good news. That means Mike led low from queen third. So now how can I take the rest of the tricks here? So what do I have now? I've got 3 clubs plus 2 that I've already won. That's 5. 2 diamonds, that's 7. 2 hearts, that's 9. And the ace is 10. So why don't I see if I can score some heart tricks? I don't really have the count rectified for a squeeze yet. So let's play the hearts and see what happens. I can always play low to the hearts later. Let's see if they break. And they do break. So that should be all the tricks. I've got 2 hearts, ace of spades, 3 clubs, and 2 diamonds. And that's one of the reasons why you bid 3-0 to conceal a solid suit. I had a very favorable lead. Unfortunately, I wasn't the only one that had that favorable lead. Let's see what happened here. Also a club lead. That's too bad. On any other lead, aside from a club, they hold me to 9 tricks. So the power of concealing the club suit is evident on that one. Okay, so Kevin's stolen my bid. That rascal. I actually had 10 points and I was planning on opening 1 no trump in 3rd seat. But instead I have to pass smoothly. Presumably they're going to end up in a no-trump contract, and what am I going to lead if that's the case? Like I mentioned earlier, leading low from the ace of hearts here has the disadvantage of giving up an average of a half trick every time you underlead a broken suit like this. It also has the added disadvantage of being a 4-card suit. And we know that anytime you lead a 4-card suit against no trump, it's likely to do poorly. And that's because usually the max number of tricks you can get from a 4-card suit is 4. And you really want to be trying to find a 5-card suit that you and partner hold when you're defending against a no-trump contract. Here, there's a strong bias to lead a major suit because the opponents didn't even check for a major suit fit with Stamen. So the clear lead here is actually a spade. Most people would lead a heart here, but the spade is actually correct. So I'm going to lead the 2 of spades, hoping to find partner with a 5-card spade suit. The 2 of spades is a little bit deceiving to partner. He might think that I have a 4-card suit, but he also knows that 4-card suits are not ideal to lead against 3-0, and the 2 may be from 3. He's probably happy to see a spade that's led. We will see. So the fact that Kevin flew queen means he probably does not hold the jack, which means partner likely holds the jack of spades. This is a reverse Smith situation. Do I want spades led through declarer? No, I don't. So I'm going to play high. This says I don't like spades. The 2 is reverse Smith saying, partner, I really like spades. So that's good. That means I probably got off to the right lead. Partner looks like he started with 2 diamonds. 3 diamonds, okay. So Kevin declares started with 3 diamonds. The rest of his count isn't known. The 8 of hearts is discouraging, also another reason not to lead the heart here. So what am I going to play here? He's discouraging hearts. Can I afford to pitch a club? Yeah, I probably can. Can I afford to pitch a spade? Probably not, because I want to be able to play 2 spades if I get in. So I'm going to play a club because I want a heart played through. It's the 10 of clubs. This might block the club suit for declarer if he started with 4 to the ace-jack. Partner showing an odd number of clubs, which means declarer probably has 4. Partner has clearly told me he wants me to keep playing spades, so I'm going to keep playing spades and avoid this heart suit. Partner's ducking, so I want to keep this spade because partner's likely got another good spade. This is a count card showing 4 hearts. And the club suit was indeed blocked for declarer, so he's trying to get back to his hand. There we go. So the spade lead was the killer on this hand. So it looks like even had I led a heart, there still should be a way for him to make it. Same with a spade. The spade ended up being the killer for declarer, though. All right, so on this scenario, I've got an 11 count with a bunch of clubs. This is clearly a 2-club opener in precision. I've got a side 4-card spade suit, and partner can check back with 2 diamonds if he wants to find out about a 4-4 spade fit. If partner asks me to describe whether I'm min or max, I have to decide what to do. I've got an 11 count, but I also have a 7-card club suit, so it's really going to depend on how he asks for that min or max. We'll see what he does. Okay, so take out double. They're probably going to find their heart fit. I want to conceal this spade suit because West is likely to be holding lengthened spades. So I'm going to conceal that spade suit and bid 3 clubs here, rather than bidding 2 spades. I don't want to be playing in a 4-4 spade fit, knowing that trumps are likely 4-1. Even if partner has 4 spades. I'd rather play in my 7-card club fit here. Oh, hey, is that Tristan? Hey, Tristan, thanks for tuning in. So the opponents have bid their way up to 4 hearts. I'm hoping that Ethan has a stack of trumps here. I'm going to have to determine what to lead here. So I really have no attractive leads. West has shown a predilection for having the major suits, so leading a spade may not be optimal here. Leading the ace of diamonds, though, could also cost a trick. Leading a club similarly could cost a trick. Even if partner's short in clubs, it probably still is costing. I think in all likelihood it makes sense to lay down the ace of diamonds, look at the dummy, and determine a smart shift from there. So that's what I'm going to do. Partner's going to give me a suit preference card here. He knows that diamonds has no future. This is clearly a suit preference situation, and partner's going to tell me what to play next, which is going to help me. If he, for instance, has a club void, he'll play low here. If he's got the ace of spades, he'll play high. Okay, so he wants a club. So what club should I shift to? I should shift to a high club because I want him to play a spade back if he gets in. So I'm going to play the 9 of clubs. Okay, so partner encouraged clubs without having a club void, which means he probably has a precarious holding in spades. Otherwise, he would have encouraged a spade. So that means that I need to be very careful about breaking the spade suit. Let me just look at these club spots so that I know what's going on here. So that 4 of clubs is encouraging, but it could also be from shortness. He may have 1 or 2 clubs. He may have queen small of clubs. What am I going to play here? Do I want him to play a spade through? Yes, I think I do. So let's play a high club, asking for a spade. Partners played the 4 and then the 7, which is low suit preference. Now I'm playing standard remainder count, the 2 of clubs, showing that I have 5 left. Yes, Tristan, so the question is who has the last club? Whether it's Ethan or Declare. All right. So I can afford to pitch down to king small of clubs. There doesn't seem to be much left to this hand. Declarer either has the ace of spades or he doesn't have the ace of spades. It's unlikely that he's got a diamond pitch, unless he started with 4 diamonds to the jack and has a pitch on the jack of diamonds. Let's see if that's the case. If that is the case, then he's going to rough a club back to hand and play the jack of diamonds, but he doesn't have that. Okay, so here there's no need to keep this spade. Oops, that was a misclick. Hopefully it doesn't cost me, but I think it will. Okay, so I don't think it costed us, but it may have. No, it didn't cost. So 4 hearts plus 1 should be pretty similar to most people. It looks like one person let them play in 4 clubs double down 1. That's kind of strange. Let's see how that happened. So at that table, West opened a heart, followed by a raise, and a 4 club bid by South. That's an inspired call. And then it went swish after double. So here in 4 hearts, there's nothing that we can do to hold it to 10 tricks. Should always make +1. And it turns out that my jack of clubs misclick actually was the only card that gave Declarer a chance to only take 10 tricks. If he plays low, hoping to drop the king of clubs with the north hand, then we actually take an extra trick. So by playing the jack of clubs, it ended up being a better defensive play, which is interesting. Turns out by playing the jack, though, after Declarer played the queen, not playing for the drop of the king, he ended up having to lose an extra club in the end. Tristan, the bottom right window, is that the BBO window you mean, or is it the video? I can see if I can try to drag the windows to make them bigger. Which one do you mean, Tristan? BBO. Okay, let me see if I can make it bigger. Okay, how's that? Okay, you want the hand review. I see. Okay. Okay, that should be big enough to see. Is that better? So 4 hearts here looks like a pretty normal score. Most people are taking 11 tricks in hearts. Somebody actually went for 504 clubs. So how did this round go? Let's do a review here to see where we're going to be positioned. So board 16, I expected that to be a pretty good score, and it's tied for top, so that's going to be about a 95%. Board 17 should also be really good, and it is also very close to top. Board 18, the opponents did the normal thing and got a normal score, so that's going to be 50%. So we're going to move up after this round to close to 60% probably. That's in striking distance of being able to win. So we're in pretty good condition to win this tournament if we can play solid through the remaining 6 boards. You never want to be this close, though, near the end of the match. It puts a lot more pressure on you if you're in a position where you're not far and away winning at the end. So usually my strategy after we play a game is I usually watch Ethan's stream at the end in double speed, and we talk a lot about hands that we screwed up on or hands that we wanted to discuss. Hopefully Ethan will do that today as well. Okay, so I've got a 13-point hand with 5 spades. This is a 1 spade call. I think Ethan still wants me to be the one to announce what we're playing, so I'm going to do that. He's probably watching the election. What's the election status for anybody watching who can update me? Ethan is sweating, presumably not because of the bridge. Okay, so we've got a 2-club overcall. That makes my hand slightly better because I have no wastage in clubs. 3 clubs is a generic spade invite. So do I have an accept of a generic spade invite? Well, I've got a 13 count with a 5th spade. I've got no wastage in clubs. Ethan very well could have the king of clubs, which gets upgraded after the 2-club call. I think I've got an accept here. I don't want to quickly bid 4 spades here because it may then be easier for the opponents to determine whether to double or bid 5 clubs. So I'm going to bid in tempo, even though I know I'm going to bid 4 spades. I'm going to think, and then I'm going to bid 4 spades smoothly. The opponents at this stage are unclear whether or not it's their hand or it's our hand. So East has to make the final guess. One of the strategies for match point bridge is to always make the opponents have the final guess. So looking at this, I know I'm off 4 top tricks. So I want to play really fast so that the opponents make a mistake. Okay. They can take ace, king of clubs, ace, king of diamonds. I want to play quickly and smoothly so that the opponents don't find that. There isn't going to be much to this hand other than the opponents finding their top 4 tricks. If the opponents fail to take their diamond tricks, I may be able to pitch 2 diamonds on the hearts. So let's see if West is able to make the astute switch of a diamond at this stage. Any switch other than a diamond may result in me making this contract. So let's, should I throw the queen here? Probably doesn't matter. I'm going to throw the queen. Okay, so it didn't matter. So West made the great switch of a low diamond from the king of diamonds. So I already know that this is going to be a bad score because not everybody is going to find that switch. Now I need to make sure that I play the trump suit correctly. So this is a suit combination problem here. If spades are split 2-2, then I can't go wrong by cashing the ace-king of spades. If West held the queen of spades, that might be one reason why he didn't shift to a trump. So it's very possible that West has the queen of spades. If he had a couple of low spades, he may have chosen to shift to a passive trump rather than making the aggressive diamond play. So there's really, that's one reason against playing low to the king and then taking a spade hook. If I cash the ace of spades and a stiff queen drops, can I still make it? Yes, I can. If there's a stiff queen with west, I can then play low to the king and then low to the 9. If there's a stiff queen with east, I can also still make it. I think it makes sense to cash the ace of spades. If I play low to the king of spades, can I pick up a 4-0 break? There may be entry problems, but I can. I think it makes sense to start with the ace of spades. And there's the stiff queen. Now I'm going to draw trump and claim. No need to really draw this out. If east follows, I'm just going to claim. And I'm going to say I'm going to draw trump to make this a valid claim. Okay, so that won't be a good score because not everybody is finding that defense. It's not a good score, not just for that reason, but also because not everybody is in 4 spades. Some people are in 4 spades making because the defense wasn't found. Some people are only in part score and are making either 9 or 10 tricks. So that's an unfortunate turn of events because there's not much that we would have done differently on that hand. David was able to find a very, very nice switch of a low diamond, and I'm not sure exactly how he found that defense unless they're playing suit preference at trick 1. So partner's opening 4 hearts. This is a weak 4 heart bid. In second seed, he could have some values because he's red and he's in second seed. I've got a 13 count, but I've got lots of controls. I think it would be a bit of a shot in the dark to look for slam here, although slam could very well be making. Partner has kind of taken that bullet out of my gun here by jumping to the 4 level. I don't really have the room to safely search for slam here. If we're off the top 2 spades, it could be very unsafe to bid on. So I'm going to pass, even though slam may very well be on here. Hopefully partner's able to still concentrate on playing this hand while watching the election. So partner has a massive hand for 4 hearts. I'm not sure that I agree with a 4 heart call here with such a good hand. He's 6-6 with 3 losers. So he's going to make 7. Personally, with his hand, I would have chosen to open a strong 1 club with a 3 loser hand. We'll have to talk about this one afterwards. So this is going to be another poor score. There's certainly going to be people that are in slam or even grand, not missing any of the key cards. So partner, as predicted, is taking 13 tricks. This should be bad. After this this result on board 19 and this score, we're now in a situation where winning this game is starting to look unlikely, which is unfortunate. We need some massive scores in the last several hands. It's possible that Ethan just wanted to save bidding space because he's more interested in the election and just jumped straight to 4 hearts on this hand with 3 losers. So somehow 4 hearts is not a bottom board and someone is in an even worse contract, which is 5 diamonds. A little bit of justice for the knight. That probably will not... Oh my goodness. So somehow 4 hearts plus 3 is a near top board, and I don't understand why that is. People should be in slam all day on this hand. Partner knows his 4 heart bid is a little bit unusual. We'll talk about that later, I'm sure. No need to mention it now and distract him. He's already distracted. So partner's opened 1 heart. Time for me to focus and forget about the last hand, because we really need to make 0 mistakes going forward if we're going to win this match. So over 1 heart, I've got a pretty easy call of 2 hearts here. There's no need to fool around with 1 no trump here. We want to be able to establish our fit quickly in case the opponents compete. I've got no aspirations for game. Partner's a limited hand with a max of 15 high card points. I've got 7 with a fit. This is where we want to play. It's possible partner might bid on if he's got a super max for his minimum. He could have 15 high card points but 6 solid hearts, so he might bid again. We'll see. Okay, so 2 spades looks as though it is a short suit game try. Yeah, 2 spades is a short suit game try. 2 no, I believe, is forced, and he's now going to tell me what his short suit is. So it sounds like his short suit is in spades. If we're on the same page here and this is a short suit game try with spades, my hand gets a little bit worse. With my ace queen of spades, my queen is not looking so good opposite a stiff spade. I think it's best for me to pass. We'll see if we were on the same page, though, but according to our notes, this should be a short suit game try, although it's been a long time since this has come up. All right, so we'll let him take... Okay, so we were on the same page, and it was indeed a short suit game try in spades. So it looks like we're off the top 2 diamonds. We're off half a club, half a heart. Looks like it's probably going to make 4, but we'll see how things go. It's possible that the hearts are breaking badly and the king jack are offside, although that's unlikely. This club shift makes the odds of game higher, although it's possible that East shifted away from his king, which now looks likely given West's failure to produce the king. Ethan is playing this suit combination correctly. Playing low to the queen is going to win when there's a stiff jack offside. Now his decision is going to be, does he cash ace of hearts or does he play low to the 10? And he's going to want more information before making that play. Okay, so that gives up on the possibility of us ditching that diamond loser. Let's hope that the hearts are 3-1 offside, which means that 4 is not making. But that's unlikely. It's also still possible that the king of clubs could be offside. Okay, so Ethan ended up losing to the stiff king of hearts, which means he still has an outstanding trump to lose. He's probably also got the king of clubs to lose as well, unfortunately, because that card looks to be with East. So it looks like this is going to be down 1, which may not be the worst score. There's going to be some people in 4 that are probably down 1. On perfect declare play, this can always make 9 tricks, but because Ethan played the heart suit in a way that gave up 2 heart tricks, he's likely going to be down 1 here. And let's see if the king of hearts comes up, or king of clubs, and it does. So he's down 1. The thing that he could do to guard against this scenario would have been to cash the ace of hearts and play low to the queen, which is a safety play against stiff king offside. And in this scenario, that's actually likely the correct play if you know that you need only one loser from the trump suit. So Ethan probably should have cashed the ace of hearts and played low to the queen. At match points, though, that gives up a match point to people that are taking no losers in the heart suit. At imps, it's certainly correct to cash the ace of hearts here and play low to the queen, but at match points, it's a little bit fuzzy because you don't want to be taking one less trick than everybody else when you've got king jack doubleton on side. So this is fair. We'll see how this ends up doing. Looks like so far 3 hearts down 1 is not a bad score because a lot of people are in 3 spades that are making. So let's see how this round went. Board 19, as expected, is going to be a average minus, a little bit worse than that. Most people are taking better than minus 50. Board 20, I expected a lot of people to be in slam here. Let's see if that's the case. It looks like only one pair found a slam with this rock crusher hand opposite 3 aces. Let's see how they got there. So North chose to open 2 clubs, which is interesting. 2 clubs being the strong standard opening with 3 losers. That's a reasonable call. I'm not sure, though, that this meets the legal ACBL definition of a 2-club call. It may not actually be legal to open this 2 clubs. I'll have to check the ACBL guidelines there, but I'm pretty sure that that is not a legal 2-club opening. In any case, after that opening, they were able to find their way to 6 hearts. Nobody else was able to get there, so 4 hearts plus 3 ends up being a pretty good score. So Tristan, although this hand definitely meets the loser criteria for 2 clubs, there's also a high card point criteria as well, and I believe that criteria is 14 high card points. And because this has less than 14 high card points, I believe it's illegal to open this 2 clubs, but you can check on that and let me know. Definitely it has the playing strength of a 2-club call, but regardless of the playing strength, the ACBL has throttled which hands can be open 2 clubs. So three hearts down 1. Let's see how that ends up doing. So that ends up being an average plus. So this round, although it didn't feel very good, ends up being not that bad. We're probably going to drop a little bit down to like a 55, 56%. There's still an outside shot that we could win this game with a very strong last round. So we'll see if we can do that. Who's winning the election? Let's see what the field is opening on this North hand. I'm curious to know what people consider this hand to be. So this pair chose to open at 1 heart. This pair also 1 heart. This pair 1 heart. Ethan, the outlier, chose 4 hearts. This hand 1 heart. This hand 1 heart. This hand 1 heart. 1 heart. 1 heart. Interesting. What happened to the slam? I thought there was a slam here. Did that disappear? Did they remove the slam? It looks like the people that were in slam got their score adjusted to an average minus. So I wonder if the reason that they've got their score adjusted is because somebody complained about the 2-club bid. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, but the people that did end up in slam +1, interestingly, had their score adjusted to an average minus. Very interesting. Okay, so last hand, 3 boards to go. We're sitting at a 57%. If the game ended here, I would not be surprised if we didn't win. Although 57 has won before, you don't want to be hanging your hat on winning with a 57%, so we're going to have a good score here. Unfortunately, we're playing against a couple of other good opponents who are one of the stronger pairs at the club. So we're really going to have to buckle down on this last hand, this last set of deals. I've got an 8 high card point hand, but it's not the greatest shape to be opening 1-no. And you don't want to be opening 1-no with this hand, even with a weak no trump. Here, is there any reason to compete? Not really, not with this suit quality. I'm going to pass and see what partner does. So 4 hearts plus 3 ended up being a 75%, which is shocking. Mainly because that 6 heart score got adjusted. So this is probably a Jacoby 2-no trump showing a 4-card raise and an invitational hand. I'm going to have to start thinking about what I'm going to lead against 4 hearts, because most likely that's what they're going to end up playing. Leading from a diamond is a no-go. That's going to give up a trick on most occasions. Leading from a club similarly is going to give up an average of a half trick on each time I lead a club with this shape. Leading the spade is probably the most safe lead, which has 2 advantages. Advantage number 1 is to set up high cards in partner's hand, and advantage number 2 is the outside shot of a ruff in my hand. So it looks like the best lead with this is a spade, closely followed by a club. Let's see if John helps me out on this lead by bidding anything that describes his hand further. 4 hearts usually here is just a weak hand. Yeah, no shortages, minimum values. So that doesn't help me very much. Leading a club here still doesn't rate to be very productive in this case. Probably a spade is best. A trump is certainly out of the question, holding a precarious holding there. So even though I've already decided I'm leading a spade, I'm going to pause for an appropriate amount of time. And I'm going to lead my 5 of spades. And let's find out what partner's got here. So the West hand ended up being a 5-card raise with a pretty solid hand. 13 high card points with 5 trumps. They're very likely to be making this. So unfortunately, partner has the queen of spades and likely not the jack. Whether or not that gave up a trick remains to be seen. If John can untangle the spade suit and pitch a club on his jack of spades, then that lead would have ended up costing a trick. Especially if partner started with ace king of clubs, which is however unlikely. The 2 of spades is discouraging and is asking for a club. He's now giving me his standard remainder count in spades, showing probably 3 remaining. He probably started with 5 spades, it looks like, which puts declarer with 4 spades. So the 5 of clubs is a count card. My pitch here is a suit preference. It is an odd even discard. I want him playing a club. He's going to play the jack of spades, pitching a club. I can afford to pitch 1 more club. Who has the 10 of spades? Does John have the 10 of spades? That would make me sad. It doesn't look like he does. Reasonable to fly with the ace and shift to a club now. There's no downside to shifting to a club. If partner has the king, that's fine. If partner has the ace, I want him playing the ace. Okay, so that's good. So it means that the spade didn't really give up a trick because the ace was always on side for declarer. Now it comes down to what declarer decides to do in the diamond suit. Okay, so he's got ruffs all around. He's making 11 tricks. That seems very normal. Unfortunately, normal is not going to be good enough for us in this last round. All right, so I've got 13 high card point hand with long diamonds. I'm opening 1 diamond, which of these colors is 10 to 16, 2 plus diamonds. Let's see how 22 ended up. Probably not good. It's going to be pretty much an average score. Most people, luckily, are doing the same thing, so it's not going to bring us down too much, but we're running out of time to win this game. And I don't know if we're going to be dealt the cards that are going to give us the options to win. So 1-no trump here is to play. He's got 8 to 11 high card points with a balanced hand. The question here is, do I bid 2 diamonds? Is there any reason to bid 2 spades here? Probably not. Partner would have bid 1 spade had he 4 spades. I'm going to bid 3 diamonds. So 3 diamonds serves 2 purposes. 1, it tells partner I have 6 diamonds, and 2, it tells partner that I'm relatively strong for my limited opening. If I had a diamond bid with a weak hand, I could start with 2 no trump, which would have been Lebensal in this position, followed by a 3 diamond call, which would show this hand, albeit weaker. To bid 3 diamonds directly here, I've got to have some stuff, which I do. My king of hearts is growing up, given this 2 heart call. Now partner is shocking the world with bidding 5 diamonds, despite already showing a limited 8 to 11 hand. So he must really love my strong diamond call. This is probably not going to end well, but partner knows that we need to do well in this last round to win, so he's probably trying to swing things. Looking at his hand, we've got a spade loser and a club loser and not much else, so this looks like the perfect contract. So this is good. So the key is not to lose focus here and do something stupid. So let's win this king. Draw trump. Ruff a few spades. What could go wrong here? So let's say spades are 2-0. That's still not enough for anything to go wrong. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw trump and quickly play a club up to my king, hoping to win it. So let's do that. Let's draw trump. Let's play a club quickly. Okay, so that's all the trumps. Let's play a club, hoping that East ducks. East probably isn't going to duck. East is a very strong player and almost never makes mistakes. So that is not unexpected that he flew with the ace. We're going to end up losing a spade, and that's it. There's really nothing left to this hand, but we're not strapped for time, so there's no need to claim. Nothing could happen here that is going to prevent me from taking 11 tricks, taking more or taking less. And I may as well let East struggle because he made that good defensive play, and I want him to suffer for that. All right, so let's rough out a heart. Actually, before we rough out a heart, we can rough a club. Rough a spade. We've got tricks coming out of our ears now. Nothing left to this hand. But I want the opponents to suffer a little bit more because I'm mad that they flew with the ace of clubs. So I'm going to slowly draw this out. It doesn't really matter that he flew with the ace of clubs. I expect that this is going to be a near top. But you never know. Some people might be in 5 diamonds as well. Let's see how many people were there. So one other person found 5 diamonds. The rest were in part score. So this is going to be good. The board 22 is going to be average-ish, slightly average minus. So I think we probably need a complete top on this last one to win. So we're going to need a near 100% to have any shot at winning this game. So let's see if we can do that. Luckily, I've been dealt some cards, and that's always good because it means you can influence the score a little bit more. So I've got a, let's see, so I've got a 18 high card point hand. This is too good to open a 4th seat 1 no trump, 15 to 17. So I'm going to open this 1 club. Partner's a passed hand, so there's really not much in the way of getting to a slam here. I'm probably just going to blast to 3-0 if he has a positive response. He has a negative response. So I'm going to bid 1 no. One no here is a very descriptive call. That's because we play in fourth seat a one no of 15 to 17. So the fact that I opened one club followed by one no means that I have a very tight range of 18 to 19. So partner should be very well positioned to determine whether or not we have game or not. Partner's limited to a 7 high card point hand. So we may be stealing this contract for one no when the field is in two no or the field is in one club. So this could end up being a very good result for us. Let's hope that this is a swing. Okay, so this is great because in a standard auction here, most people are going to open this one club with my hand having 18 points, and it's going to get passed around. One no should be more points than one club. So we've got a great chance here to get a better score than everybody else, so let's make sure that I don't screw it up. So this two of spades is probably a fourth best spade. I've got 3 top club tricks and a heart. That's 4. Where am I going to get 3 more tricks from? Well, I might get an extra trick from hearts. I might get an extra trick from diamonds and spades. So let's see how things develop over the next few tricks. So there's the king. No need to conceal the 3 here. The 2 is a very clear card. The 10 of spades is the one card I did not want to see come back from East. And East is a very good player. He's almost never going to make a mistake. The 10 of spades is certainly to be from either 10-9 or 10 small. If it's from 10-9, I probably want to play the jack to try to block this suit. So that's what I'm going to do. There's no reason to duck. So let's see if West crashes her partner's 9. That would be nice. All right, come on. Let's see a 9 get crashed here. From dummy, I can't throw a club. I could throw a heart. It's unlikely I'm going to be able to set up hearts here. But the diamond looks like to be the main card that I need to throw here. So I'm going to throw a diamond. And there we go. There is the crashing 9 of spades. So that was exactly what I wanted to happen, and that indeed did happen. So there's one extra trick right there. Things are looking up. So let's win this 7 of spades. John's not going to be happy that this happened. Let's watch John's pitches. Okay, now what do they play? What is their carding? Let's see. There's been a couple of instances tonight where there's no card posted, there's no announcement, which is a little bit annoying. Here the opponents play standard. Okay, so that 2 is likely a discouraging heart, which means that the king of hearts may very well be offside. However, John knows that I'm looking out for these things, so he may be false carding with the 2. He's a good player, and I wouldn't put that past him. So the question now is, do I play on clubs right away, or do I fool around doing something else? Well, let's take stock of how many tricks I have. I've got 1 trick in the bag. I've got 3 club tricks coming. That's 4. I've got a 5th with the heart. So I need to somehow find 2 more tricks. It's no good to play diamond right now. That's not going to work. I think it's best to play clubs at this point and then play a heart out. Let's see what the opponents pitch here. Hopefully the clubs are breaking. That would make it very easy. Okay, so now unfortunately I have to make a decision as to whether or not that 10 is from Jack 10 third. So John started with 3 spades. He's likely to hold length in clubs. He's more likely to hold 3 clubs than 2, which is 1 point in favor of trying to drop the Jack of clubs. Playing low to the 9 here has the advantage of being with restricted choice. If John had the 10 and the Jack, he would have an equal choice between playing the Jack and the 10, which means it's half as likely that he has both of them. However, on balance, if I play low to the king and the Jack does not drop, then I have an exit as well for a potential end play. I think based on the fact that he's known to have shortness in spades, it makes... Okay, well, there you go. So there's the Jack. Interesting. And a diamond is pitched. So now I can play low to my diamond and set up the winning trick. The king of hearts is likely to be offside. So what I probably want to do is pitch a heart, play a low diamond to my queen, exiting, hoping for a heart return. That's what I'm going to do. It's very curious that West flew jack there, removing the guess from me. So now I'm going to play low to the king, hoping that I get a heart return. Okay, so here it makes sense just to exit hearts and then hope that that hearts come in. It's possible that East came down to the ace and the 10. If I play the queen, I'm going to play low in case he came down to ace 10. Let's see. So he came down to ace. Okay. Now I have a free hook here. Even if it's off, I should be winning the last heart. Okay, so that's making 1. So that should be good. And it is pretty good. May not be good enough to win, but it is pretty good. And according to the double dummy, I can't do any better, it looks like. Let's join Kevin's table and see what's going on. Based on this last round, these last 2 boards were pretty good. Board 22 was just a normal result that we're going to get an average minus for. We're probably going to end up somewhere in the high 50s, which probably will not be good enough to win, unfortunately. But overall, this was a pretty good game with very few errors to talk about. The main error was my failure to recognize the Chinese finesse coming earlier on board 8. The other error that I feel was Ethan's choice of 4 hearts on board 20, which ended up costing us a slam. That would have turned a 75% into a 100%. Well, thanks for watching, Doug. It's too bad that we likely did not win, but there's always next week. We haven't decided just yet if I'm going to stream again. I may or may not do a stream again, depending on Ethan's availability. We may also decide at some point to do a concurrent stream where Ethan is streaming at the same time as me, which would have the added kind of allure of seeing what both of us are thinking at the same time. Ethan's admitting to having very few focus. I don't know if I'm going to do the Twitch on my own Twitch account. It's kind of fun to do it on Ethan's account just because he has his regular stream that's going every Tuesday. But if we do a concurrent stream, then yeah, I'll do it on my Twitch so that Ethan is doing it at the same time. Definitely, if there's 2 streams going at the same time, then it helps our partnership a lot because we can both watch each other's streams and figure out the areas where we were having the wrong thoughts. Oh, look here, they also dropped their partner's 9, but it didn't matter in this scenario. Let's see what this is going to end up being. So it looks like 2-0 is going to go down 1. Okay, well, if we have some demand for a dual stream, then we may consider doing that. It's also nice as well to give Ethan a break once in a while because he does a lot of streaming. All right, let's see what's going on in this last hand. So 2-0 is going down. Okay, so let's see. That's not good for us because that's 100. My guess is we came somewhere around the 3rd, 4th range, but we'll see. It might have been a very tight field, 58%. Not a great score. So we ended up coming third, which is kind of disappointing. Actually second in our direction. The winners, I'm not sure exactly who these people are, but they beat us by a good 5%. So even if we had not made the 2 mistakes that we made, we probably still would have been edged out. And sometimes that happens. You can sometimes have a pretty solid game and still lose. But it was good overall. There's some very good bridge, some good hands to think through. Thanks a lot for you guys watching. This was the first time that I've done a bridge stream, so it's a bit of an adjustment period doing that. We'll see if Ethan ends up enjoying listening to the stream to try to figure out where we were not on the same page on defense. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of text tonight as he's watching that. Anyway, I'm going to tune into the election now. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to end the stream now, okay? Night, night.